Hey everybody, this is Rodney with GaraCore EDC, and I have a treat today. Um, I got two knives that were given to me or sent to me by a YouTube subscriber of mine who wanted me to put them on the channel. He realizes that these are a little bit to be desired, but still in their own right, they're cool, different. um, so without further ado, we have the horse knife. Now I'm guessing this is probably a pop metal. Story behind this knife is the guy that owned it had been out to some nightclub somewhere and found this on the floor. So somebody lost their treasure. They lost their horse. Hopefully they had a ride home since they dropped their horse on the floor. The name brand is Fascia or Fakai, if I'm pronouncing that right. I did a little bit of research. They do make a couple knives. Most of them are OTFs, which this one is. And they actually had one on eBay when I was doing my search. They had one that had sold recently for $39.99 plus $15 shipping. I feel sorry if somebody paid $40 for this knife. But, you know, it might have been something they really wanted. So it's not about my opinion. It's about somebody seeing something, they like it, and they feel it's worth it, they buy it. But this knife here is definitely different. When I think of OTFs, I think of Microtechs and Masters of Defense and, you know, the more higher end style knives, Benchmades, Infidel, but, you know, to each his own. You know, this guy here, he knows that he doesn't have a lot here. It's more of a show and tell knife, a fun knife, and it's definitely funny to look at. It's got some good grip. It feels good in hand, I will say that. And with the action of the button and the location of the rear pocket clip, basically your finger rides in the area of the clip here and you push on the button, and it's got a solid fire. It's got a lot of blade play. Of course, what can you expect with this style of knife? This is probably made in China for about $2. But anyway, it does function as intended. It's got a strong spring in it, fires in and out really well. You can see the detail. It's got the horse's head and the smiling teeth and some flowers and some vine engraving or casting marks on it. It's really different, but it's a piece of work. I mean, it's actually stainless steel. Not sure what kind of stainless. Pretty sure it would definitely be a 400 series, maybe a 440 or even a 420, or maybe a Duke's mixture. Yeah, it's a heck of a knife. I mean, I'm almost thinking about seeing if I can do a search and find one and buy one for myself. I want it that bad. No, I'm joking. I don't want one. But it's still, this is one of those novelty knives. You know, something like maybe you would win at the ring toss at the state fair. You know, spend $50 and get the biggest teddy bear. But I I appreciate him letting me take a hold of it and filming it and putting the video out. He knows I'm poking fun, and no harm intended. We're good friends. With that being said, this is the horse's knife, and you know, it's got a presence about it. You know, I want to say it's almost like a copper. I guarantee you it's metal. It's pot metal, you know. It's basically, or pot metal, you know, basically whatever they got in China, they throw it in a pot and mix it up, and that's what they make this stuff out of. Pot metal. Whatever they throw in the pot, you know. So, it does have some detail to it. I'll give them that. I'll say that. And the action works, and it's got some grip. You know, the way this is designed here, you ain't got to worry about your fingers sliding up, you know, up on the blade and cutting yourself. So it's got a few good attributes to it. I won't totally knock it 100%. Would I trust my life with it? Heck no, I would not. But yeah, it's a conversation piece. It's something you can pull out and say, wow, look at this fine piece of work I have here, and see how many laughs you get. But anyway, okay, that's number one that he sent me. Number two, if we look at this, it says Outdoor Nation. Live the outdoor life. Velcro sheath cover that the Velcro does not work on. There's pretty much no stick to it. And we have a sort of a fireman's tool with a seatbelt cutter, and we have a eagle's head, or is that a bear's mouth? I really can't tell. I think it's an eagle's head and beak. And it says Outdoor Nation on the blade, so that's the brand, same as the sheath. And it has a tip down deep carry clip only, and it's only for left hand carry, or well, right hand carry. And it has a very nice feature of a flashlight built into it, but the flashlight doesn't work. So either it's burnt out or it needs some new batteries. I've done what little bit I know to try to get it to come on. I'm not a rocket scientist. It should be pretty straightforward, but I've twisted it and pushed on it and done this and done that, and I just can't get it to work. I don't know if you got to push some special button to get it to work, but like I said, it's probably a dead battery. I'm sure it worked when it was new, else they wouldn't have put it on the blade. It is a flipper with spring assist. Has somewhat of a serrated edge there that does feel sharp. It would definitely cut something. The blade is fairly sharp. I don't think it would cut paper very well. But in a pinch, you know, if this is all you had in your car or your truck, it would work. And you know, that's critical, is having something that works. How well does it work? Probably not that good, but it's still a knife. You know, this is probably an eBay special for $9 or $10. They probably made them by the thousands. Again, it's one of those knives that probably cost about $2 or $3 to manufacture, and they sell them and make a 50%, 100% markup on them, which keeps the world going round. It does have some nice jimping on it, you know. on the back sides and the top, so you got plenty of grip. It's not going anywhere. Blade play is good and solid. There is none. Lockup is good, side to side. No lock rot. It is a frame lock. I'm guessing it's some kind of a stainless steel cast steel that has been some kind of mechanical coating of some sort. But you know, it's got a sort of a nice upswept, almost a clip point style with this swedge on top to where, you know, you could slice through. And it also has a nice built-in glass breaker. Not sure how well it would break glass. It's sort of not really pointed, it's sort of blunt. Of course, we know that you can take anything with the right amount of force and a point and bust a side glass or a windshield. A boot works good occasionally. But that's it. This is his samples that he sent me. And bless his heart, I talked to him today, and he said for me to get a couple of my knives that I'm selling together for him so he can take a look at them and get him a little bit better knives. Not saying my knives are all that and a bag of chips, because they're not. But I do have a nice selection of all kinds of knives, be it fixed blades and utility knives. Mainly folders is what I do, but I do have a few fixed blades, and rescue style and neck knives and throwing knives. I got, you know, ton of Tucson's and a few Benchmades, a few Spydercos, a little bit of everything. Here recently, my fascination has been with Tucson. I just can't get enough of them. But yeah, this is what I wanted to show you. This is what he sent me. And again, I am not knocking him. Great guy. It's just he got these. Not sure what he paid for them. Like the other one, I said he found it in the floor of a club he went to. I reckon it was a nightclub of some sort. And he found it. I'm guessing he bought this, or it was given to him. This is reminiscent of something you give your 12-year-old nephew, because you know if he loses it, he hasn't lost much. But it's still a knife. You know, knives are cool, no matter how cheap they are. You know, no matter how cheap this knife is, it's a cool knife. You know, it's knives are great. You know, they fill a niche from the richest man to the poorest man. And, you know, it doesn't matter if you're buying $10,000 knives or $10 pocket knives. Each one of those, I guarantee you that guy that's buying that $10 knife gets just as much or almost as much joy as that guy that's buying that $300 or $400 or $1,000 or $2,000 pocket knife. And with knives, you know, I'm more of a collector than I am a user. A lot of my knives I have, a few of them I will hard use, but the majority of them I'm collecting them because I like them. I like the design, I like the look, I like the blade materials, I like the frame materials. I like the ingenuity that went into the design of that knife. And it makes a big difference. And we have there's when it comes to knives, there is endless possibilities to choose from. So, with that being said, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope I haven't kept you too long. I've tried to keep it under 15 minutes. I hope y'all have a wonderful weekend. God bless you. And until next time, this is Rodney with GaraCore EDC. And remember, be nice. It means a lot. Talk to y'all later. Bye.